Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 5 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, season 7. I am just working my way towards my base. I did make one more of those little teleport guys from Ender.io, and it still wasn't far enough to reach my main base here, but it got me close enough. It definitely made it easier to move from one location to the next. I'm going to be using those pretty soon in probably a mining type situation. So I've managed to move most of my resources over here. Like I said, I think the general plan for this setup that I've got is maybe this will be my item storage room. This will kind of be my main entry area, and then I might make a couple other rooms for machines and stuff. But I do kind of want to like map out sort of throughout the area here. I kind of want to spread out. And I think my plan is to... Ooh, wow. I didn't even notice this, but there's a nice ravine right here. Maybe that will be my mining area. Yeah, and I could, teleport my way down there, too. What was I saying? Something about... Yes, I want to kind of branch out and think about maybe having... Maybe I won't even have my door on this side. Maybe I'll have my door on this side. I'm thinking about having different buildings for different purposes. So kind of having like a Thaumcraft area all set up and a Blood Magic area all set up and, just different buildings for different purposes, and they'll all be connected via different means. So we'll kind of have to come up with some cool plans, but I think that might be a pretty cool... It'll be a little bit similar to the builds that I did. Not exactly the same, but similar to how I did it. I think it was in Season 5 of the Let's Play series where I had different buildings. I kind of liked the feel of that. I know that the main problem I had with that, and the reason I didn't really stick with it in Season 6 and kind of had one giant building for the most part, was that mostly I ran into having to run back and forth between my buildings anytime I wanted to do something got tedious. Well, I just showed you guys a nifty way to teleport around, so they might come into play. Probably as a cool kind of way to easily and quickly get back and forth from point A to point B. Nice. So I teleported back over here. I'm going to snag my travel anchor, and I'm probably going to use it to go mining. The one thing I didn't bring with me, and I probably should, is my smeltery here. What I'm going to do is grab my ingot cast and start casting all the liquids into ingots, and then I can move my smeltery, just a bit of gold and aluminum brass. Then I can move my smeltery to my new base. I'll pick up all this stuff that I've got here. Probably going to have to place down my travel anchor again because I need to clear out my inventory if I'm going to be doing this. This'll do. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes. Where's my... There it is. Cool. And I'll be ready to start my move, or, what other stuff I want to work on this episode, which, I don't know, we'll see. Something cool, I'm sure. Alright guys, we are back, and I've decided to move my door. So it used to be here, now it's there. Ah, nice. And I put my little teleport pad there, and ooh, it's getting dark out. I do not want nighttime at the moment. I'm actually on my way to finding some sheep, because I want to go exploring that nifty little... Hopefully there's some good stuff underground there in that ravine. If not, I'm probably going to turn it into a bit of a mining exploration cave anyway, but we'll figure it out. Let's see if we can come up with something good. I want to test this. I assume that I can throw some wool into a sag mill and it'll process for me and turn into string. Nice. That's what I was hoping for. Beautiful. Perfect amount of string there. String can be used along with some sticks to make a very... helpful little device. I believe it's just sticks and string to get ourselves a rope ladder from open blocks. This will help us get down into that ravine relatively safely. And hopefully the range on this thing will work. I'll come back in a minute when I'm ready to make this plunge. Alright guys, let's give this a try. This looks like as good a place as any to attach my rope ladder. And ta-da! Beautiful thing. It'll just drop straight down for you and allow you to both get down and up. Actually, that's not the greatest place to have done this, but it should be sufficient. I could climb back up and try and get... Oh, I guess if I went one more to the right, maybe? Or one further out, probably. I think the downside to that rope ladder, by the way, is that when you break it, it's gone forever. Unless I broke it wrong, which is also possible. So let's go get some more wool, and I'll get another rope ladder. Let's see how this treats us. This looks like it'll hit all the way down. Perfect. That's cool. All right, now the only question is, will I be able to hit my travel anchor? Yes, nice. That's what I'm talking about. So now I can get back and forth via travel anchor to this little area. Very cool. And I can do some mining real quick. I think what I'll do is just explore this thing real quick here. See if I come up with anything good. If not, where am I at, by the way? Y level 30? That's not terrible. That's kind of a good starting point for a Y level. I think there's just a lot of iron around 30. And then deeper down, you'll find things like gold and lapis and redstone and diamond further down. But I know iron and probably some Certus. And oh, looks like we've even got some yellowite going on. Looking good. By the way, those of you who might have missed the message on Twitter that I posted, do keep in mind I do post a lot of details about stuff I'm doing on Twitter. I am making a slight change to the way Big Reactors works a little bit in the next version of the pack, which might even be out by the time you guys get this. I did a little bit of math around Big Reactors, and I had a lot of feedback from people who were playing with it. Basically said right now they produce a lot of power for the yellowite. You guys know I've already collected like a decent amount of yellowite ore, right? Really quick, not wanting to get into a huge amount of math on it, but long story short, oh wow, looks like there might be a decent cave back here I want to go check into. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Long story short, like I said, I don't want to get into a whole bunch of math with it, but I'm just changing a little bit about how Big Reactors, how much energy you get per yellowite ore. I'm not changing how much you get per tick, so you'll still get a lot of energy, but those of you interested, check it out on Twitter. I made some posts a few days back just explaining how the change is going to work. Cool. So let me explore this mining cave a little bit that I found here. I really like it. Looks like a good one. And I'll be back in a few, and we'll get started working on, I think I might want to continue with my Tinker's Construct work, and that might require a trip to the Nether. But we shall see. All right, back in a minute. So guys, I need to visit the Nether if I want to proceed and get the best tools available from Tinker's Construct. There's some ores there that I want to go hunt for, and for that I'm going to need some obsidian. So I'm going to harvest a little bit of obsidian here, and I will be back once I've got some. Oh, this isn't good. I just finished mining obsidian, and I have to run back to my house at night. And I already picked up my travel anchors. Oh no. I see a telecreeper, which I'm running past, because they are nothing but terribleness. They're actually not that painful. I like the telecreepers. Randomly teleport you on explosion. That's kind of neat. Alright, that wasn't too eventful of a run back home. Alright, let's consider... Oh, there's creepers on my roof. That's right. I usually light up my roof to prevent that. Let's run past that creeper and some zombies and some more zombies. And think about where I want to put my nether portal. I'll be back. Arg. So by the way, guys, I want to tell you a neat trick with Whala. If you hit the 0 key on your number pad, so 1 hides it, 0 allows you to configure it. You can change a bunch of default Whala settings. You can also change a bunch of the settings built around what is shown up on the tooltip based on different mods. So there's a lot of mods that plug into Whala and let you do a bunch of cool stuff with it, right? So you can say like, type of spawner or that kind of stuff that's shown. One of the nice things about the harvestability mod is I set it up so that most of the harvestability information is only shown when you're sneaking. So like sneak only harvestable, etc. Sneak only silk touch ability, harvest level, effective tool. So that way that when I'm looking at a block, it'll tell me what it is. And then if I hold shift, it'll give me more information about whether or not I can harvest it with my current tool, and what the most effective tool is, which apparently, I don't know if it's a bug with Chisel or not, but Chisel seems to be the, currently harvestable, yes, and it's showing me other information. That's cool. Neat. Alright, so hold shift to see more information. I feel like some of the Whala tooltips were getting a little bit large on our screen, so I wanted to change that up, and wanted to show you guys about it too. So I think I've decided what I'm going to do is first find some flint and then find some iron. There we go. And are you done sagging? Cool. All right, sag mill's complete here. Let's throw this iron powder into the cooker and we'll get a bunch of iron. That's going to help us pretty soon. But for now, let's get our flint and steel. And I think I'm going to have my Nexus portal down by where my mining area starts out. This feels to me like a good spot. I could always move it later if I wanted to, but this would be a good kind of a little bit far away from my base so that any nether guys that kind of decide to pop out won't really affect my base. Also, I tend not to like to hear the nether portal sound effect constantly, especially while recording YouTube videos. So let's see if I can remember how to make a vanilla nether portal. Nope, that's not right. I know it by sight. And I'm like, no, that's wrong. You know me and my vanilla knowledge, right, guys? Not the greatest. I'll figure it out one of these days. A couple people have jokingly suggested that I do a vanilla playthrough, and I'm like, I'd rather not. Alright, so that should work. Cool. Let's do a spot check. I've got some cobblestone, I've got a little bit of armor. I should be able to get back and forth pretty easily. Let's see what kind of dangers await us inside the nether in this world. Downloading terrain. Dun dun dun. Nether? You spawning? Let's go. There we go. It's not terrible. Oh wow, there's another fortress right up there. That's neat. Not a bad spot to be. Alright, what I'm going to do is probably dig up some of this terrain around me here and just build a quick little base out of cobblestone. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, and I'm not going to use chisel for it. Sorry, guys. I know. One step forward, two steps backwards. But I'm kind of in a rush here. I want to make sure that I don't have any issues with ghasts, etc. So I'll be back in a minute once I finish this build. And there we go. Not terrible. You know, I should dig up this floor too. I hate walking around in soul sand. Much better. Now I can get in and out easily. Alright, let's go. This is just to kind of protect me from any ghasts showing up immediately on wherever I spawn into the world. Let's, real quick, throw together a crafting bench. Now I can get myself a new shovel. And I think it's time to start exploring this nether just a little bit. So let's see what I can find here. Obviously, starting off in a place with a bunch of soul sand is not ideal, because it means it takes me forever and a day to find my way out to somewhere good. Initial looking, don't see any of the ores I'm looking for jumping out at me, but I'm sure we'll run into something shortly. While I'm here, I might as well pick up some glowstone and some nether quartz. That would not be a terribly bad idea. Alright. We're friends, pigmen. Don't bother me. Lots of nifty biomes of plenty stuff here. I do like some of the nether biomes from Biomes of Plenty, by the way. They are very cool. Hey, there's one of the first things we're looking for. Cobalt. Nice. So this is cobalt ore. Again, you can only harvest this with either a steel or an alumite pick. So that's the main reason I got alumite, is so that I could get the cobalt ore. Now I'm also going to look for some ardite, but the more cobalt the better, because one of the tools I have planned I typically make with lots of cobalt. And trust me, it's just good stuff to have on hand. Cobalt, as far as I know, unless it's changed recently, is one of the fastest materials for mining with. So if you want a very fast mining pickaxe, cobalt is what you're going to want to make it out of. It's pretty much, yeah, like I said, the fastest, so a good one to use. Alright, I'm just going to harvest a little bit of nether ore here. When I find some ardite, I'll come back. The tricky thing is ardite kind of looks a little similar to when this vine is growing. The ivy here is growing on the netherrack. It's a little hard to distinguish. There it is. There's some ardite. Nice. So that's definitely cool that I got some ardite already. I'm going to look around for a little bit more cobalt and ardite, kind of explore a little bit in the nether here, and if anything exciting happens, I'll be back, and if not, I'll meet you guys back at the nether portal after I've gotten a few more pieces of ardite and cobalt. And there's ender minis in the nether. That is awesome. Whoa. Hello, all my health going away. Alright, so that was terrifying and scary. I should probably be wearing more armor. We'll get there. Back in a minute once I find a few more of those ores. Oh, nice. I found a boneyard. That's a good biome to find because these bone segments typically have a lot of bone meal available in them. Nice. That I won't complain about. Back to hunting. Oh, look at this. I found some glowstone, and I found some kind of hive here. This one does not look familiar to me, unless it's a new one. Just another hive? Okay. Not super familiar with it. I'm going to mark its waypoint here. I'm going to add a new waypoint. Nether hive. Save. And then when I get into bees, who knows when that'll be, I'll appreciate the fact that I bookmarked that. You'll see. I'll be like, boy, I'm glad I bookmarked that, because I need nether hives. Expect that to happen at some point in the future. By the way, guys, watch out for the fire bats. You can see one right up there. They are nasty, and they are not your friends. They can explode when they hit you. Luckily, I killed him before that happened. Alright, I'm kind of circling around. My exit out is down there a little bit. I just want to find a few more bits of cobalt, and then I'll be ready to go home. Oh yeah, something else to watch for in the nether. These giant spiders, which I am avoiding right now, they are pretty nasty, and you don't want any part of them. Also look out for nitro creepers. They are red, they are creepers, and they have about a half a second fuse, so you basically have no chance. If you don't see them coming, you're going to die before you even hear them start to sizzle. So, couple nasty things to watch out for in the nether with this mod back. I think I found a good amount of cobalt and ardite at this point, so I'm going to start making my way back home, and I'll see you guys there. By the way, ardite and cobalt typically spawn in either 1 or 2 clusters, so you'll see 1 or 2 ardite or 1 or 2 cobalt. Mine around the ardite when you do find it, because hopefully you'll find another one there. In this case, I did not. Spiders, giant ones. Heat scar spiders, not cool. See what I mean about they're not friendly? They spawn little miniature spiders when you kill them, and they hurt a lot. Did I potentially survive? Nice. I did. Alright, making my way back. I have to get out of here before I die. I have pushed my luck a little bit here. I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, speaking of nasty, terrible things, these phantoms. Ah! Help! Not helping! Not helping! Nasty, evil creatures. They throw you up into the air and do all kinds of nasty stuff to you. Watch out. You gonna survive this? No, I did not. Okay. The good news is it's easy to get back down there. I kind of wanted to do that fight on camera because I didn't think I was going to survive that. Luckily, I did dive right next, not right next to, but pretty close to my portal out of here. So, back through. I like my nether spawn. I'm not going to lie. I've had some good and some bad nether spawns. See, I'm right there is where I died. I've had some good ones and some bad ones in my day, and this one's pretty nice. I happen to spawn right next to what looks like one of those dungeons down here, so that's cool. And of course there's some creepers ready to teleport all over the place. Well, at least I got the ghastly soul thing. I don't know what happened. Okay, there I am. Much better. Alright, I will meet you guys, like I said, back at my base in the overworld in just a minute. Once I figure out what to get rid of. Yeah, I don't need you. Is there anything else I'm missing here? My boots. There we go. Alright, see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so there's one thing I'm absolutely running low on, and that is storage space. I could keep throwing a bunch of different chests in this room, or I could start upgrading to iron chests, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So come here, iron chest upgrades. Let's go upgrade some things. So you, and you can be all upgraded, and then it's going to be time to start organizing my stuff a little bit better. Yeah, see, I've just got so much junk all over the place. It's about time. Let's tidy this up, shall we? I'm going to probably want a few more upgrades. As far as using a bit of iron, but that's okay. I'm really not suffering that much by way of iron. I'll let some more process here. There we go. And let's organize ourselves a little bit before we start making this new pick that I want to make. I'll be back after I've reshuffled my inventory. Alright, I think this seems a little bit better. Let's see, what kind of junk do I have in here? I have even more junk over here. I'll deal with this chest a little bit later. But for the most part, I've broken it down into blocks for building with. We've got some plant material in there, some metals in here, some dusts and coal and that kind of stuff in here. This chest I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with yet. I basically need an extra chest to kind of manage stuff. This right now is mostly my tinker's chest, which will change into something eventually. This is just all kinds of random miscellaneous junk that I don't know what to do with. And this is just miscellaneous mod items, right? So all kinds of different modded stuff. And I'll expand this room. By the way, these machines won't stay here very long. I'll wind up moving these guys once I've got a proper machine room set up. And also this chest here is ore processing to-do list, if you will. Anything that's in that chest. And I'll automate the ore processing in a little bit as well. But for now, because of the way the sag mill works, I really want to be a little bit more meticulous about how I process things, especially because you occasionally can get cobblestone out of your ores. So we'll see. Either that or maybe I'll switch over to a different type of ore processing system. Who knows? All right, let's get our smeltery back up and running. That's kind of my priority right now. So you guys come with me for a minute. I'll leave the rest of the stuff here. Where might I want to put my smeltery? Probably outside for the moment. So let's clear out some terrain outside. I'm going to grab a sickle. This thing is the best at clearing out large amounts of terrain. There's some better things, I won't lie. So maybe it's not the best, but it's really nice at clearing away leaves and lots of like different plant materials very quickly. Not bad. These plants are a nuisance because usually when you break them, they don't really stay broken too easily. They replant themselves just when they land on the ground, so you have to catch them real quick. There we go. Clearing out lots and lots of stuff all at once. Looking good. Alright. That looks like a pretty solid amount of clearing away of stuff. Let's plant down this guy. I'm going to see if I can get a 3x3 up and running real quick. So let's clear out the 2x2 was nice, don't get me wrong. It's good for early game, but I might need more seared bricks. We'll see what we can do. So we're going to want the controller, we're going to want the tank, we're going to want bricks all around. I might have just enough. Hey, look at that. Not bad. We can do a 3x3. Just barely, but we can pull it off. And I'm probably going to wind up bringing this up another height, so I'll have like another set of bricks on top once I've made more of these. But long story short, we're in pretty good shape. Let's get back in here, get my faucet, and then I'm going to grab my ardite and cobalt and start cooking that stuff up. So to get started, I definitely want a nice pick. I think I'm going to go with manulin, because that's one of the best ones to go with. So for that, we're just going to want one of each. I'll hang on to the rest of these and clean up my inventory real quick. Put away a lot of these flowers and such. Anything plant-based goes into this chest, really. And this we'll put in the to-do list for processing, and this can go in here for now. So if we look at our book, it should be materials and you. We'll find that probably one of the best materials to make a pickaxe out of is manulin. It has a huge amount of durability. It has a huge amount of mining speed, 9. I think the only better one is cobalt at 14. I don't think there's anything else that has a better mining speed. But it also has the mining level of 5, and it's pretty much all around a nice pick. Cobalt's a little bit faster, like I said, but its durability is much lower. So tricky to kind of make a decision there. Manulin is absolutely the best, by the way, with a base attack of 2 hearts, so we're going to make a sword out of this thing too. That's probably a good plan. But we do have the ender, which is nice, so it might be a tough call whether I want to do that or not. Alright, while this is melting, let me get the rest of my stuff set up here. Alright, so like I said, I'm probably going to want a bit of manulin. I think this is the sword blade right here. Knife blade pattern. Alright, so that was not the sword blade pattern that I wanted. Where would sword be then? You would think it would be. It's not this, is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, that's it. Cool. Well, knife I'll hang on to for later. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a stone blade pattern. And if we take a look in here, good. I threw some aluminum brass in there and it finished melting, so we can get a pattern for it. Beautiful. And I really don't need these stone things anymore, so we'll just toss them somewhere, and I'll get a garbage can later. Good. So manulin will be the goal here. For now, I'm going to go ahead and get my pickaxe set up. So now that I've got a molten pick head, what do I want to go with next? All right, I think I know what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to steal this thing. This is the sword blade cast. I'm going to get a tool rod cast, and I'm going to get a manulin tool rod. This is what I'm going to do this time around. I've done this a lot of different ways in the past. Let's also get ourselves the obsidian tool binding. The nice thing about manulin is that not only is it a great tool for the heads and stuff, it's also really nice because it has a great handle modifier, 2.5x. So the base durability is 1200. 2.5 times that is what, 3,000, right? So you'll have 3,000 durability on this tool if you use manulin for the tool rod. And then I'm going to go ahead and use obsidian for the reinforced trait on the handle or the binding there. So let's make it. I'm going to put you manulin, and we'll call you Dire Pick 20. Nice. So the Dire Pick 1 is no longer necessary. Dire Pick 20 is going to be my friend here. Let's go ahead and upgrade him a little bit, because this is the reason that I really wanted to get this. I mean, this is a good pick as it is, but once you start applying upgrades to it, it gets even better. And there's really no reason to waste resources upgrading stuff that you're not going to use later on down the line. So one of the things I want to get are some blocks of redstone. There we go. That should be good. I don't want to kill it, but I want to have a good amount. Cool. And I might even just grab a block of lapis here. I mean, long story short, the more I upgrade the lapis on this thing, the better in the long run. So we'll do that. I'll hang on to some just so I can have it in case I need it. So that should be good for upgrades. So you'll note that there are 3 modifiers available on this pick, I believe, right? Yes, 3 modifiers remaining. The first one I'm going to do is add lapis to the block. This is going to give it the fortune ability. Now you can add it 1 block at a time or 1 lapis at a time. So you can see here when I'm doing this, it adds 9 out of the total 450 lapis that you need for the fully upgraded tool. But you can also put 2 blocks in at a time if you want to do 18 at a time. So I'll do that. So we'll upgrade this a whole bunch. Nice. So that's 126. And you'll notice on the tooltip now, it's telling me the durability is 3,000. The effective durability is 4,285 because of that reinforced. It's got a high mining speed, and it's got 2 modifiers remaining, and it's got Fortune 1. Awesome. Let's go ahead and add some redstone to it. Now, redstone only needs 50 per level. You only really need 1 version of lapis, and once you get that fully all the way up, you're going to have Fortune 3. But 50 redstone per level, and once you meet that top tier goal, what's going to happen is the next time you add redstone to it, it's going to use up another modifier. It's going to increase the speed again, which is great, but it's also going to use up another modifier. So after this, we have no modifiers remaining. There are some other things we're going to want to put on this pick, and don't get me wrong, we're going to still do it, because there's a way to add modifiers. Let's take a look. First, put away these resources I don't need at the moment. And what I'm going to get is show you guys how to add resources. So there's a bunch of upgrades you can apply, and these are all listed in the book, by the way. So this is where you can add things. I eventually want to get auto repair. That's going to be useful. It requires some moss, though, so I'll have to get that tracked down. Auto smelt I've never been a fan of because that kind of nullifies the ability to ore double. So there's some other cool stuff. Luck, sharpness for your weapons. What I'm really looking for here is the way to add upgrades, which is back here. You can see one is a diamond and gold block, nice and easy. Another one's a little bit more expensive, is a golden apple, the enchanted version, and a diamond block. That adds yet another upgrade. A nether star adds yet another upgrade, and then there's a creative item that you can't make. It's a no crafting recipe, creative mode only. So in the end, you can apply 3 more upgrades to your pick if you want. So let's go give this guy a try. I'm going to head down to my mining area and see how well he mines. So he should mine very quickly for me. Look at that. Beautiful. And of course he's got Fortune installed on him, so we should be able to have no problem mining. You can see why I really wanted to focus on getting this upgraded as soon as possible, because by comparison, you know, don't get me wrong, the Alamite pick was nice. It's nowhere near as efficient as this thing is. Beautiful, right? So I have a lot of mining to do between probably this episode and next, and this will definitely help. Let's see, how are we for time, guys? Alright guys, unfortunately it does look like we've hit the old wrapping up point for this episode. I've got about a half of an ingot's worth of manulin in here. I'll see about what I'm going to do with it. For now though, I want to drop my cobalt ore in, and I'm going to actually need to get a little bit more of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go back to the Nether between this episode and next, do a little bit more mining, and I'm also going to head down into my mining cave and do some more mining there. I want more cobalt because the next thing I want to make is going to help me out even more with our processing and collecting of resources, because after all, that's what the early game really, for the most part, is about, is getting lots and lots of resources as quickly as possible so that we can advance up the tech tree and start doing some cool builds and some cool stuff. So for now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll be back next time. I will be making a hammer from Tinker's Construct, probably. It requires quite a lot of iron to get the table that I need, but I should be able to pull it off. And then I'll also be making a couple other things. You know what I want to do? I want to make a tool rack. Yeah, let's get one of these real quick. It's just a piece of iron, so I can get one of those. Before we wrap up the episode here, I know I was in the middle of my wrap up and then I decided I wanted one. Let's get one of these. These are cool and they're going to be very useful for us. I think I'm just going to put it right up here. And I'm going to put things like my stone sickle in there. Cool. And maybe even my chisel. And this guy. And my shears. Why not? That sounds good. I don't really need these other tools at the moment to go away. Alright, for now, like I said, Direwolf20 signing off. Maybe I'll make this into some kind of tool chest. We'll see. Hope you enjoyed the episode. As always, take it easy.